There is no tomb of Lucifer anywhere in, at, near, or under the Vatican, at least not if you understand Lucifer to refer to Satan, which it didn't until the 5th century CE at the earliest. This is just an idiotic conspiracy theory that seems to me to have gotten its start from an uncritical and a rather conspiratorial perusal of this map of the Vatican necropolis from St. Peter's Basilica.info. In the upper left, you'll see a tomb labeled U, and the list at the bottom places the name Lucifer next to the U, and Lucifer is just spelled incorrectly. But it doesn't give a lot of information on why that name for this tomb if you click on that link. But it does lead you to this 1986 Guide to the Vatican Necropolis, where we see the name Lucifer occurring a grand total of 1 time. Here in the index in the very middle, Mausoleum U, the Lucifer tomb. You'll notice the other tombs are the tomb of personal name or the tomb of family name. But this is not the tomb of Lucifer, it's just the Lucifer tomb. So this is probably a title, perhaps associated with some graffiti that was found in the tomb, or because it was connected in some way with one of the prominent Lucifers from the 4th century CE, like Lucifer of Cagliari, who was a prominent defender of Athanasius and the Trinity. But I think it's probably more likely just a title because somehow the word Lucifer was associated with it. But something important to note here is that if you look at this map, it shows you the purple is associated with pre-Constantinian structures. So this tomb is in purple, so this is a pre-Constantinian tomb, and any writings or graffiti would probably also be pre-Constantinian. And this is important because in the 300 CE, Lucifer was not a reference to Satan. It was just a generic title, and there were prominent Christians who had this as their personal name. It wasn't until Jerome retranslated the Bible into Latin, giving us the Vulgate around 400 CE, that the seeds were planted for the identification of Satan as Lucifer, because Jerome chose the title Lucifer to render the Hebrew Halel, Shining One, in Isaiah 14:12, which is just a sarcastic reference to the king of Babylon as a deity associated with the planet Venus. Jerome also used Lucifer elsewhere, including in 2 Peter 1:19, where the reference to the morning star rising in your hearts is almost certainly a symbolic reference to Jesus, and perhaps riffing on the reference in Numbers to a star rising out of Jacob. And so Lucifer, at least when Jerome translated the Vulgate, was used to refer both to Jesus and to the king of Babylon, who was being sarcastically cast as a deity. It's not until the 5th century CE, when Isaiah 14:12 began to be renegotiated as a reference to Satan, that the name Lucifer then began to be understood as a reference to Satan. And Augustine is one of the main popularizers of this renegotiated identification of Lucifer. And the fact that Lucifer refers to Jesus in 2 Peter 1:19 was just ignored. So this tomb is not the tomb of Lucifer, and certainly not the tomb of Lucifer as Satan. It probably predates the renegotiation of the referent of the title Lucifer in the Hebrew Bible. So you can safely ignore this idiotic conspiracy theory. And the fit for this video has been the Gotham Sirens.